Hello everyone, JL Wasabi here. In today's video, I will be teaching you how to play one-cost reroll. But before we begin, I would just like to remind you to like the video if you find it useful and also to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Thank you and let's get right into it. There are many viable one-cost reroll comps out there and I've listed some down here. If you have been following the statistics or seen the videos I have been uploading, you will know that there are many one-cost reroll comps that have been dominating the meta recently, especially in the previous patch, such as the ones that I've highlighted in red, namely Bastion Dynamo with Morgana Poppy, Bruiser Techie with Mundo Zyra, Shaco Reroll, as well as some of the one-cost unit hero augments. Here is a quick look at the high-performing one-cost reroll comps so far. You can see that very often the comps have at least one 3-star tank unit and one 3-star carry unit that will be the main tank and main carry throughout most of the game. The advantages in playing one-cost reroll comps include having early direction and that it is quite difficult to be contested on one-cost units since there are 30 copies available, allowing for three stars to be formed comfortably. This is also the reason why two-person taking Build a Bard in the same game can sometimes get the same 3-star one-cost unit if they are lucky, or rather, unlucky enough. Furthermore, the power spike is usually early enough to be huge relative to the lobby. However, there are also disadvantages as one-cost reroll comps often does not cap high enough to win the game, usually settling for just top 4 placements even when you find the relevant 5-cost units needed. With the anticipated lower cap, it is at the same time crucial to ensure high item quality of the main units. Best in slot items are often required to make the comps work. You will also be committed to the comps as well once you start to roll for the units instead of spending the gold on leveling, leaving there not many options to pivot out if you are unable to find the 3-star one-cost units or core items that are needed. The reason why many one-cost reroll comps are viable right now with high win rates is due to the fact that they are able to cap high when usually they are not supposed to, due to certain augments or innate strength of high-cost units or traits that can stabilize the comp hard enough to win. As for most games, whichever playstyle you are going for, we usually do not roll for the whole of stage 2. Prioritize hitting econ thresholds so that you have enough gold for the eventual roll down and only buy the one-cost units required. You may need to sell off less important units such as Jax in the Bastion Morgana comp in order to hit econ thresholds. But on the other hand, may also have to sacrifice the econ sometimes to hold the most important unit like Morgana in the same comp. The minimal econ thresholds to aim for is 10 gold for stage 2-3 and 30 gold for stage 2-6. Aim for a full lose streak as it not only helps with additional gold from the streak, but also provide carousel priority that is crucial for getting your best in slot items. This is especially important for items that require the same components, namely blue buff, since the likelihood of dropping duplicate components are lower. Anytime you have more than 50 gold at level 4, feel free to roll above 50 gold to get the one-cost units, especially if you are slightly contested. Otherwise, there should be no reason to roll at stage 2 at all. Do not level for the whole of stage 2 as well. Here is what you can expect your board to look like at stage 2. We usually do not level for the whole of stage 3 unless you are lucky enough to hit your units super early on. At stage 3-1, right before you naturally hit level 5, roll down to 32 gold to buy as many of the one-cost units you need. It is often beneficial to roll for multiple one-cost units since they can thin out the pool to some extent. But as usual, prioritize the important units, especially if you get bench locked. As a rule of thumb, if you have 7 or more copies of the most important one-cost unit, you can roll an extra 10 gold below 32 gold for every additional copy you find. Thereafter, recover your econ to 50 gold, as you are likely to have gotten your units up at this point. The continued lose streak is unavoidable unless you sometimes meet other one-cost reroll boards. So aim to have good losses to save health in stage 3. After recovering your econ, roll above 50 gold for the rest of stage 3 to find the units. Here is a quick look at how your board can look like at stage 3. Reaching stage 4, hopefully you have already obtained your most important 3-star 1-cost unit, at least the main carry and main tank. Else, at stage 4-1, roll down all your gold to find them. From here on, if you do not find the important 3-star units, continue to roll all your gold every turn until you find them. Aim to save placements even if you are likely to go bottom 4. However, if you are able to find the 3-star units, recover your econ to 50 gold while buying the less important 1-cost units if you feel that they are still needed, but do not roll for them anymore. It is important now to pump levels to match the lobby tempo, given that the other players are likely to be 1 to 3 levels ahead of your level 5. At stage 4-2, if possible, stay above 32 gold while going to level 6. Here is how your board should look like at stage 4 with the 3-star 1-cost units found. From here onwards, focus on adding in more units, preferably 4-cost or higher, in order to activate high trade breakpoints for your main carry and main tank while balancing your front line and back line. Prioritize, however, hitting important trade breakpoints such as 4 Cyberboss or 6 Bastions. If you are lucky enough to find random 5-cost units like Zac or Garen in your rolldown, consider adding them to your board for extra stability and board strength. As the stabilization states are crucial, you can roll as many gold as you can in order to find the necessary units like Kobuko for 4 Cyberboss. Here is a quick look at how you can stabilize your boards at level 7 or 8 in order to top 4 or even more. There are certain conditions that enable us to play 1-cost reroll comps. With the explanation I have gone through, augments that help with reroll like Starry Night and loose streaking like Calculated Loss are good picks. Item augments like Pandora's items may be needed too if you are unable to find your core items, given that you need the best in slot items to ensure the power of your 3-star 1-cost units. Certain portals in this set also directs us towards rerolling, such as the Tailored Shop portal. Non-prismatic portals are generally preferred as they are good for rerolls since the tempo is not expected to be too high for loose streakers to die too early before they can hit their comps. While we can predict the lobby tempo in general, it is still important to guide your gameplay according to the current lobby tempo, dependent on whether there are many other reroll players in the lobby or not. On this note, lower ranked games have slightly lower tempo, and you can then greed more in terms of reroll. You can also think of playing rerolls when you do not have a win streak spot to ride on, since hitting the reroll units can provide a huge power spike to then match up and catch up with the lobby. Or when there are a few other players in the lobby playing 1-cost reroll comps, of course, preferably not the one you are trying to play. Once again, if you have reached the end of this guide, thanks for watching and I hope you have learned something from here. As always, if you find this video useful, I greatly appreciate if you can like the video and subscribe to my channel for more guides and gameplay videos. See you again. Bye bye.